name me a better finisher.
토트넘이 손흥민의 연봉을 대폭 인상한다는 보도가 나왔습니다. 최근 영국 매체 더부트룸은 토트넘이 손흥민과 새로운 대형 재계약을 원하고 있다. 토트넘은 손흥민의 계약 기간을 늘리는 것뿐만 아니라 연봉 인상도 계획하고 있다고 전했습니다. 매체는 손흥민이 존재했기에 토트넘 팬들은 케인의 빈자리를 전혀 의식하지 않게 되었다고 말합니다. 이와 관련해 토트넘 커뮤니티 스퍼스 웹 역시 손흥민의 장기 계약을 위해 토트넘이 상상 이상의 큰 액수를 제안할 것이라고 말하고 있는데요. 손흥민은 현재 토트넘에서 가장 높은 연봉을 받고 있습니다. 하지만 그동안 손흥민이 쌓은 입지와 활약을 고려했을 때 다른 구단에 비하면 그리 높지 않은 금액이죠. 영국 매체 디 애슬레틱은 프리미어리그 각 클럽에서 가장 높은 연봉을 받는 선수를 공개했습니다. 토트넘에서는 손흥민이 1위를 차지했는데요. 하지만 토트넘의 주장이자 득점 선두인 손흥민이 보너스를 포함해 주당 약 20만 파운드, 우리 돈 약 3억 3천만 원을 받는 것은 터무니없이 적다는 의견이 많았습니다. B클럽으로 불리는 맨유, 리버풀, 첼시, 맨시티 주급 1위는 대부분이 30만 파운드를 훌쩍 넘었고 그나마 낮은 선수가 아스널 주급 1위인 부카요 사카로 29만 파운드인 것을 보면 손흥민과 엄청난 차이가 나죠. 이 소식을 들은 팬들은 이반 페리시치 주급이 18만 파운드인데 캡틴 소니 주급이 이거밖에 안 돼? 정말 충격적이다. 소니가 캡틴이 된 뒤 팀 분위기와 성적이 완전히 달라졌는데 20만 파운드는 말도 안 된다. 30만 파운드에 재계약하자. 소니는 팬들과 대화했고 정말로 우릴 움직이게 했어. 이건 돈으로 살 수 없는 거지. 지금 토트넘에서의 위치를 보면 소니는 곧 돈방석에 앉을 거야. 첼시에서 이번 시즌 단 2골을 넣은 라힘 스털링 주급이 30만 파운드가 넘는데 소니의 활약과 존재감을 보면 이건 말도 안 되는 금액이다. 토트넘 최고 주급이 20만이면 토트넘 팬들까지 무시하는 거다. 클럽 수준을 올려라. 토트넘이 맨시티, 리버풀, 맨유보다 재정적으로 부족하단 건 개소리다. 토트넘은 수익으로만 보면 전 세계 축구팀 9위다. 월드클래스의 급에 맞게 주급을 인상하도록 하자. 팀이 어려운 상황에서 하나로 묶는 리더십은 경기력보다 더 어려운 일이야. 그런 주장에게 20만이라고라며 대신 분노하고 있죠. 손흥민의 활약으로 토트넘은 무패 행진을 이어가고 있습니다. 그는 0대1로 뒤지던 상황에서 동점골을 터뜨렸고 또 1대2로 밀린 상황에서도 골을 넣으면서 아스날 원정에서 30년 만에 멀티골을 넣은 토트넘 선수로 역사에 기록되기도 했죠. 영국 현지에서 손흥민의 주급에 대한 이슈가 나오며 그의 실력이 저평가받고 있다는 의견이 많은데요. 프랑스 축구 전문가 줄리안 로렌스는 지난 경기에서 손흥민이 얼마나 큰 역할을 했는지와 후반에서 손흥민을 빼지 않았다면 아스널전 결과가 달라졌을 것이라 말합니다.
This is 2-2 in a rip-roaring North London derby, Jules. Am I wrong to suggest that Ange Postecoglou will be the happier of the two managers, given it ultimately came down to Jorginho's brain fart?
You're not wrong at all, of course. I think it would feel a bit like a win for Spurs, even if I saw some of their players after the game and they were like, you know what? We were still a bit disappointed in the dressing room because we felt we could have gotten won this. And for Arsenal, it feels like a defeat, let's be honest here, because in the end, Spurs played great, and I think we have to applaud the bravery that they have to go to the Emirates, play like that, to have their fullbacks really high inside. All of that was great, the Ange board, great. But in the end, the Gabriel Jesus miss is a huge mistake. The Raya on the first goal is a big mistake as well, not to palm the ball away in a corner instead of keeping in play. And obviously the Jorginho's mistake. So in the end, that game turns for Spurs in the three big mistakes from Arsenal point of view.
And I'm going to put on my little Spursy hat
and
please say, okay, fine. But then equally, you want to talk big mistakes? How about Kuti's own goal, right? Where the ball can go anywhere?
How
about the penalty where it was a penalty? No argument there, but whatever.
Yeah.
So, you know, in the end, if you break down the episodes, I think a draw is probably...
No, and they've played great. I'm just saying that the game could have turned very differently on those three like Arsenal incidents.
At the end for the 2-2,
Yeah. But so even after that goal at 2-2 with half an hour to go, I thought, oh, great. The end is going to be amazing. And I think Arsenal were tired. It was a bit flat in that second half from their point of view. And I think in a way Spurs maybe were happy with the draw. The fact that Son and Maddison came off after 78 minutes, I was a bit surprised, I won't lie, because I thought there was maybe something more to go. But maybe if you Ange...
Given Richarlison's late heroics, of course.
I mean, he was really useless when he came on. But maybe if you Ange, you think, you know what? 2-2 is a really good result.
It is a really good result.
Yeah.
토크 스포츠 역시 이번 경기 결과에 대해 아쉬움을 드러내고 있습니다. 현재 손흥민은 훌륭한 피니셔이자 진정한 리더로서 누구도 보여주지 않았던 영향력을 드러내며 그 어느 때보다 강한 토트넘을 이끌어 나가고 있기 때문입니다.
Darren Bent, does he still think Arsenal have 11 players in a combined North London team? Because that is the most ludicrous comment I've ever heard.
Glad Darren Bent. You know, when Darren Bent said it, it was I thought it was actually quite just at the time. Maybe Son, maybe do an Arsenal Tottenham 11. You'd take most of the Arsenal.
You take most, but it's slightly biased to suggest that not one Tottenham player. There's no doubt that James Maddison at the moment gets into any team in the league, not only Arsenal's team. And if you look at some of the underperforming players at Arsenal,
but I think they had him in that Odegaard Maddison thing. And if you're an Arsenal person, you're not going to take Maddison.
I think this season you go Maddison. This season, look, I think Odegaard over the past however long has been a better player, but this season Maddison gets into the Premier League team of this season so far, doesn't he? So he is biased. Nothing wrong with being biased. Darren Bent's an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, should be a bit biased.
Yeah, he's going to be. Yeah. But he's used his bias there, because I think there are other suggestions as well. I think you could say Udogie. I think there's well, if you think about the dilemma at Arsenal at the moment regarding the keeper, I think you immediately go, there's a case for the Tottenham keeper as well. I think there are lots of cases and lots of things to explore. You can't look back. You can't go over the past season and this season.
Go now.
But if you go from the start of this season to today, I think it's way more balanced. Probably majority Arsenal.
I'd say the person that goes immediately in without any question is Son.
Heung-min Son certainly starts.
Best finisher in the league.
You went a little bit far, but
name me a better finisher.
I think there are numerous better finishers.
Go on then, name me one.
Than Heung-min Son.
Yeah, go on, name me one.
Is it Nicholas Jackson?
Couldn't finish his dinner.
No,
Son's such a good finisher.
Son's actually taken the mantle as well, hasn't he? You know, when Harry Kane left, somebody needed to elevate, somebody needed to become the personality of the team, and somebody needed to rise to the challenge, and he's done it. He's done it. You know that finish, the one where James Maddison skinned Saka, wasn't it? Skinned him. And then Son off the post.
Incredible.
Because there were 3 Arsenal players all tackling Son at the same time. So there was basically one tiny area where that goes.
Just a little window, and Son bang.
He's got
it's the run he makes as well to get there.
Yeah, he's a very good player. You're
very intelligent footballer.
Yeah,
honestly.
And he gets in. You're right. In a combined 11, he certainly gets in.
Is a draw fair for both teams?
I think a draw is probably the perfect result in terms of what's fair. I think Arsenal will feel slightly aggrieved. They were at home. They were winning twice. I think Tottenham will feel slightly aggrieved because there was a time where they could have won it.
Yeah.
And I think that the substitutions from Tottenham that was slightly not necessarily negative, but just not aggressive, maybe did Arsenal a bit of a favour. By the end, I think Tottenham fans are always going to be happy that they've got a point against Arsenal, considering the trajectory that the clubs have been in over recent years. But I think if you're a Tottenham fan leaving that stadium, you would have said, we've done enough to win it.
Yeah,
we've done enough to win it today.
Yeah, I agree. I think Arsenal for the first 35 minutes, I thought were just dominant. I don't know, it seemed to just go a bit flat. I'm not quite sure what happened.
I think they ran out of ideas.
여러분의 소중한 의견을 남겨주세요. 바쁘시더라도 구독과 좋아요 부탁드립니다. 지금까지 단골이시였습니다. 시청해주셔서 감사합니다.